Alright, Shalom, Shalom, Israel, coming back with another video, giving all honor and glory to the Most High Yahweh, which the world calls God, and Yahweh Shai, which the world calls Jesus Christ, Shalom. And we living in, brothers will say exciting times. Some brothers say sad times, right? When you're not in the truth, this is a so-called quote unquote sad time. And it's a sad time because you're not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, and you don't know what's going on. But it's a lot of prophecy going on, and it's time to gird up, man, right? You men that's in the truth, you gotta gird up, and you gotta aim to be like King David, right? King David wasn't no punk, right? Didn't King David kill Slaki his 10,000s and 10,000s of men, right? So you gotta aim to be like King David, and if you're a woman in this truth, you gotta try to be like Judith, man. Judith wasn't scared. She went out there and did what she had to do for her nation, right? She wasn't backing down. I'm scared. I'm just a woman. Please don't send me out there. You can't do that, right? You gotta come to the front line now. Now it's not time to be in the back of the crowd, you looking and peeking. It's time to come to the front and be bold, man, right? Right? You gotta be. Hold on, let me get a precept. All right, this is Proverbs 28. This is Proverbs 28 and verse 1. It says, the wicked flee when no man pursueth, but the righteous are as bold as a lion. So if you're righteous, you got to be as bold as a lion in these days, man. Because great peril and great destruction and great woe and tribulation and anguish and weeping and mourning and gnashing of teeth is coming in these last days. This is not a time to be happy. This is a time to be a Jake in the world. When's the NBA coming back? When's damn UFC coming back? When is soccer coming back? When is this? When is that coming back? When can I go back to the mall? It's not time to worrying about that, right? Because more than likely that stuff is done, man. It seems like the Most High is really like he's determined right now, right? He seems very determined at this moment, right? Let's get a precept. Right, Zephaniah 3 and 8. Bear with me. And it says, Zephaniah 3 and verse 8, therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. So right here it's saying that, it says, for my determination is to gather the nations, right? And basically pour out his anger on them. So the Lord seems like he's very determined to get all these things set in place so he can pour out his anger on these nations and redeem Slakia and save his elect and his great multitude, man. Right? The lost sheep that he said that he was coming to save, those are the same people that are going to be saved in these last times. And these other nations, they're going to be destroyed, man. He's determined to do that, right? Because now we see the locking down of cities, right? National guards being sent out, right? From what I seen, there was 10,000 of them sent out. It could be more now, right? The coronavirus case is 700,000, right? And I believe it was 30,000. Yeah, 30,000 deaths, right? As of when I seen it anyway, right? So it could be more. It's more than that now, right? So it's a lot of stuff going on in these last times, and it's time to gird up your loins, man. If you're a woman, you gotta gird up your loins. If you're a man, you gotta do the same, man. You gotta do it double, right? Because it's not time to be scared and damn, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Sometimes Satan's gonna, come and you're gonna get moments in the flesh, but you gotta rebuke that and you gotta realize it's time to be a man because destruction is coming to this world. Now, this is Jeremiah 30 and 7. It says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, and Jacob is the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, the Israelites, but he shall be saved out of it. And you'll be saved if you're keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, right? As a so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American. If not, you're going to be destroyed, man. And it says, alas, for that day is great, not great in a good way, so that none is like it, right? So this day is going to be a day of darkness, man. There's never been a day like Jacob's trouble, and it's not going to be for just one day. That's symbolic, man, right? It's going to be a time that man has never seen, right? It's like it. There's going to be a time that comes that man has never seen before, right? This is going to be a new type of trouble, a new type of peril, a new type of destruction. Men and man and woman have never seen the things that are about to come on upon this earth, right? So it's time to be a man. It's not time to be a little boy talking about something. I'm trying to shoot this jigger up. I'm trying to kill this nigga. I'm trying to pimp this girl out. I want all these hoes. I want that hoe. She this, she that. I want to go to the NBA. I'm trying to be in the NFL. It's not time for that, man. Those are little boy thoughts, right? You still trying to be in this world. You still a little boy, man. And if you're a woman and you still trying to be in this world, you're a little girl. It's time to woman up. It's time to man up. It's time to come out of this world and come to this truth, right? Now this is 2nd Ezra 15 and verse 14. Woe to them, Salakia, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. So that's what's coming to this earth. Great destruction is coming to the people of this earth, man. He says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. So destruction is coming, man. And it's time to woman up and man up in these last days. If you're a man, you got to aim to be like King David, which he wasn't scared of nobody or nothing, man. He wasn't scared of man. He only feared the Most High. That's perfect knowledge and wisdom and understanding. And Judith, she feared the Most High, and she went and did what she had to do for her nation, man. She wasn't scared of Holofernes, right? And Holofernes, he just got done destroying a couple nations, man. And he was coming to Israel next. But what did she do? She went and did her job, and she cut that man's head off, man, and brought it back to the people. She wasn't scared. She feared the Most High and prayed to the Most High, and the Most High helped her, right? Now, this is Job. I'm going to go to Job 38 and verse 3. So I can bear with me. Job 38 in verse 3. And it says, gird up now thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee, and answer thou me. So the Lord said, gird up now thy loins like a man. So you got to gird up your loins, man. You got to, look, if you slouching in the chair like this, it's time to get up, man. You're supposed to get up and, you sitting up straight, you attentive, and you watching, and you taking heed to the things that's going on, right? So it's time to wake up and be a man. It's not time to be a little boy. Those days are over, man. It's not time to, where's the weed at? Where's the plug at? I'm trying to get this bag, man. Don't you know they right now they're trying to get rid of money and make their digital currency. So that bag you chasing, those pictures you trying to take with the money like this, those days are over. Those days are coming to an end, man. It's time to man up. It's time to wake up. How long you gonna sleep? How long you gonna stay in this world and think that everything's sweet? How long you gonna see all out destruction coming to this earth and you still in the world? You still worrying about trying to marry Rihanna, right? Little boy thoughts, man. You gotta get out of that. It's time to man up. Now this is Proverbs 8 and 4. The book of Proverbs 8 and verse 4. Bear with me. This is Proverbs 8 and verse 4. And it says, unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is to the sons of man. So the Lord is calling to you men. What y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna sit in your chair and still be in the world? You still gonna be meditating on smoking weed? You still gonna be meditating on wicked thoughts, man? Trying to be the next rapper, right? Trying to be the next big thing in this world. Is that what you're gonna meditate on? Is that what you're laboring for? It's time to stop laboring for those things. Right? I can actually get a precept in here real quick. Proverbs 23 and verse 4. And it says, Proverbs 23 and verse 4. And it says, labor not to be rich. Cease from thine own wisdom. So the Lord says, cease from your own wisdom and don't labor to be rich. Right? literally being rich and being, basically, yeah, being rich, man. It's not time for that. It's not time to be trying to be the next big thing, right? The Lord says it's easier for a camel to get through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to get into the kingdom. Right, let's get that. It's Mark 10. Let me bring that one out in a minute. Mark 10 and 25. Bear with me. This is the book of Mark 10 and verse 25, and it says, "It is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of Yahweh." So the Lord said it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of Yahweh. And the kingdom got 12 gates. So it's easier for a camel to get through an eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to get into any of those 12 gates, man. There's 12 gates and a rich man can't get in none of them. He can't buy his way in there. He can't bring his Louis belt. He can't bring his Ferrari at the door and say, "Here, angel, here, take a spin in this." Right? Take a spin in this and let me get into the kingdom. Right? Why you taking this spin real quick? Let me get into them gates. Leave the keys with me. I won't tell the Most High. Right? Just let me get up in there real quick. That's not how that's about to go. You can't get in. If you laboring to be rich and you still trying to be rich and trying to be successful in this world, you can't get the kingdom. The Lord been said to come out of this world, right? It's not time to be in this world. It's time to wake up and get out of this place, man. It's time to get the kingdom. It's time to receive everlasting life. It's time to serve the Most High. It's time to love your brother like you would love yourself, man, right? I love bringing that precept out, but yet y'all don't do it. Right? It's time to be a man. And those things come with being a true man. A true man in this truth, he's not laboring to be rich. He's not laboring to get a Ferrari, a Bugatti. A real man is not doing that. Only a child is doing that, man. You only hear about little kids talking about, "Oh, daddy, I want a Ferrari. I want a Bugatti when I grow up." Right? And you 18, 19, 20, you still trying to get it. You 25, I'm still trying to get a Bugatti. You still got the same dreams you had when you was a little kid. The dreams that I had when I was a little kid, I wanted to be in the NBA. I wanted to do this and that. But when I actually sat down and looked at the world and seen the things that came with trying to be in this world and being an NBA player, man, I had to put that down, man. I ain't even put effort into that no more. That's a waste of time. Because being rich anyway, you got to serve Esau. You got to serve Esau more than you have to do as a regular Jake. And you got to do nasty, vile, abominable things to be successful in this kingdom. And you shouldn't be trying, be worried about that right now. You should be worried about the kingdom and thus saith the Most High. Right? Seek ye out the book and read. That's what you should be doing. Now, this is Deuteronomy 31 and verse 6. Bear with me. This is the book of Deuteronomy 31 and verse 6. And it says, "Be strong and of good courage. Fear not, nor be afraid of them. For the Lord thy God, he it is that doth go with thee. He will not fail thee, nor forsake thee." So the Lord said, be strong and of good courage. Fear not. He said not to fear. And a real man is not fearsome. A real man is not going to say, "Damn, Jacob's trouble's coming. Let me hurry up and buy more Pampers because my baby needs it. Let me hurry up and buy 5 cases of water bottles. Let me buy 10,000 rolls of tissue. Right? Let me go on Amazon and buy a 10-pack of tissues for $500 because I'm that scared. I don't know when the next time I'm going to get some." You can't be like that. You got to be like, "Well, the Most High got me." If you go to the store and you don't see the tissue, oh well, the Most High got me, right? When back in the wilderness, when Israel was in the wilderness, you think they had tissue rolls? Do you think they had Bounty Ultra Soft out there? You think they had that? No. But they had faith. Some of them have faith in the Most High, and they kept it pushing. They didn't say, "Oh, well." Some of them was nagging, but the ones that believed, they wasn't like, "Oh Lord, we don't got tissue. Where the Huggies at? Where this and that at?" Right? The ones that have faith, they didn't do that, man. They didn't fear. They just, wherever the Lord said to go, through Moses, they went, man. They did what they had to do. That's the same thing you got to do now. You can't fear and have the spirit of fear in these last days, right? The Most High is not with that. The Most High is not with a man that's fearful and wearisome, right? Precept. 1 Corinthians 16 and 13. Bear with me. This is 1 Corinthians 16 and verse 13. And, this is not going to be that long. This is just, a little quick exhortation. So this is 1 Corinthians 16 and verse 13. Watch ye, stand fast in the faith, quit you like men, be strong. That's the key thing right now. Be strong. You got to be strong in these last times. You can't be scared and I don't know if I want to do this, and I don't know if I want to do. You can't be like that, man. You got to be a man. You got to man up, right? You think, for example, like Superman. When they called up Superman, was like, yo, we got this villain here. You think he hesitated and he was scared? He flew right up over there. He put his suit on. He ripped that tuxedo off, or that suit off, and he went and did his thing, man. Just like with the Most High. When you hear the Most High calling you via, the prophets that's on the highways and byways, they telling you, hey, brother, come here to work. That's the Most High calling you, right? You see Israelites on YouTube. That's the Most High calling you, right? You see brothers on your Facebook timeline. That's in they talking about the Most High. That's the Most High calling. When he call you, you gotta jump out your seat and do what you gotta do, right? You can't sit there and be like, I'll get to that later. Oh, those brothers is telling the truth, but I'll get to it later. You can't be like that. You being sleepy, man. Right? You being slothful. Right? The Lord said, how long you gonna sleep? Let's get that. Proverbs 6 and 9. It's the book of Proverbs 6 and verse 9. Bear with me. Proverbs 6 and verse 9, and it says, alright, come. How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou arise out of thy sleep? So when will you arise out of your sleep and be a man? When are you going to do this? When are you going to serve the Most High? When are you going to keep the commandments, right? When are you going to do what you got to do? When are you going to do what's required of you of the Most High, right? And the only way you being a man, you carrying a gun, some brothers think, oh, I can pay my bills, I'm a man. Brothers think, oh, I live by myself, I'm a man. That's a part of being a man. It's minus the gun, but you got to keep these commandments. That's what a man is all about. A man is a man that is serving the Most High, right? Without the Most High, what are you? You're nothing, man. You are nothing without the Most High, right? We're going to end up with one more precept. 2 Timothy, bear with me. And Most High willing, I'm going to do a video on the current events like I always do, because it's a lot. It's a lot going on, right? And you other brothers, some of you brothers that watch, some of y'all do videos, y'all gotta, you gotta be on the topics that's going on, right? Right? All Israel should be on the things that's going on in these last days. The Lord said to watch, right? He didn't say be a sluggard. He didn't say stand slow. He said stand fast, right? I forgot the precept. 2 Timothy 1 and verse 7. And it says, for Yahweh hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. So the Lord did not give us the spirit of fear. So you should not be fearful in these last days. You should supposed to be bold as a lion, right? You're supposed to be serving the Most High. You shouldn't be scared to serve the Most High. Oh, I don't know if I want to be talked about, right? Even though us brothers get talked about, that don't mean nothing, right? You serving the Most High, right? When you serve the Most High, you look down. You get looked down upon. People are gonna mock, scorn, laugh, right? That's all. That stuff all comes with this truth, man. But if you're a real man, you gonna endure until the end, right? Let's get that. This is Matthew 24 and verse 13, and it says, "But he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved." So you'll be saved if you endure to the end, right? And you'll get a crown upon your head, right? Let's get that. That might be the last precept in the spirit. James, this is the book of James. Bear with me. So this is James. Bear with me, Israel. My pages is stuck together. So this is James 1 and verse 12. And it says, "Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him." Right? So you got to endure the hour of temptation, which is to come, right? They're going to try to force pork on you. They're going to try to force sin upon you, period, man. Right? And whatever you struggle with, the Most High just might have Esau throw it in your face. Right? You got a problem with eating shrimp, they're going to have the best cooked shrimp. They're going to have the best plate of shrimp in your face. Right? If you got a problem with stealing, man, they're going to park a nice Ferrari outside. All hell is breaking loose outside, and they're going to show you the Ferrari. Here, all you got to do is just go steal it. Go just take it. Just take it. Even though it's not yours. Don't you see all hell is breaking loose, right? It's not going to hurt you. Go steal it. That's what Esau is going to do, because Esau is wicked and crafty, man. He's that serpent, right? He's going to try us in these last days because he knows himself he got a little bit of time. So he has to do what he can to get you to go off. But ultimately, my point is, you got to endure to the end as a man. Only the men of the Most High are going to endure to the end, and they will receive that crown of life. But a feeble, weak boy, right, a simple boy, he's going to get destruction and torment and everlasting shame. So that being said, I'm going to give all honor and glory to the Most High Yahweh, which the world calls God, and Yahweh Shai, which the world calls Jesus Christ. Shalom.